Go ahead, William.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Because we already here. Okay, let's go through here. Let's see where we are. Last time we last time we learned about this thing, right? Did I finish this?
I know we started it. I think we didn't go through all the numbers. I think we began the discussion of it.
Okay, let do quickly. I think it quickly. Then I will go to the second method. I have I will use the Buddhist psychology. Let's do the Buddhist psychology, and I will come back to this. I think it's better. I guess. Don't you think?
Whatever you think is the best sequence, I'm happy to learn along with it.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's quickly here. Okay, in Buddhism, right, we have the Buddhist psychology. There are two models. I think you already know. The first model is we call the 5 universal interactive Buddhist psychology model, and this is the first model. This is the first model, okay. And you already know how this works, right? Basically, and okay, go ahead, William. Go ahead and read this.
The 5 Universals Interactive Buddhist Psychology model helps us to recognize our emotional state. What does it mean? If we could not be able to recognize our emotional state, we will react, not act. Then the emotion, feeling, will control our mind. This would yield the negative thinking and negative action, creating bad karma. Once we're able to recognize our emotion, we will be able to control our mind with positive thinking and act with proper manner. If action is positive, then we can apply the 5 particular states model. Okay. If the action is positive.
Okay. And Jimmy, go ahead and read. But you understand it, right, William?
Yeah. So the 5 universals, is it contact, attention, feeling, perception, volition,
or
choice?
Right. Wow.
Yes.
Pretty good. And the contact, it's basically it's what is the contact about?
Well, it could be any sort of sensory or even just a thought, something that our consciousness is in our field of consciousness, which we then start to pay attention to.
So basically, the contact is the 5 faculty with the 5 external sense, right? Okay. So does it make sense, right? So our eye contact the visual object, our ear contact the sound, the nose contact the smell, and the tongue contact the taste, and the body contact the touch. And what about attention?
Well, there are all sorts of things that are like within our field of perception or within our field of awareness all the time.
So
like,
in the 8th sense, 8th consciousness, which one represent for the attention?
Oh, of the 8 consciousnesses, which one is the attention? It'd be the 6th.
The mind
Mind,
concept.
yeah.
Right. So because the mind control the first 5 sense, right? And what about the feeling, emotion?
I would think motion feeling, that's going to be interacting with manas mostly,
Right, the mind.
because those are self-referential feelings generally.
So what about the so we go back to the perception. Perception, that means the mind constant as well, right?
Yeah. Also, I mean, probably perception's probably a little influenced by information stored
Right,
in
right,
the alaya and the manas kind of idea of self and preferences set up in the manas for how we interpret the
right,
situation.
right. That's true. That's correct. So and that because the mind is the one, right? If the negative, it will trigger the first 5 sense will act negatively, right? So that's why we call pollution negatively. Or if we be able to recognize our our emotion, that means the emotion will not take over the perception. And the perception become positive, and we will be able to have the positive pollution for the mouth and the body. Basically, that's the 5 sense. Very good. Okay, and Jimmy, go ahead and you read this one.
Yes, the 5 particular states Buddhist psychology model help us to transform our bad emotion into good feeling for a long time. This model has the following elements: desire. This is good desire that we only want a happy ending from whatever things that we are currently dealing with. Therefore, the negative action from the 5 universal interactive model is not applicable to the design of this model.
Does it make sense?
Yes,
So only the first model is positive, then we can be able to apply this model, right? Otherwise, it's not positive. That means we will not have the good desire, but we will have a bad desire instead.
correct. Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and now.
Determinations. The determination would help us to see the bad side of the problem, such as an anger or greed. We would also learn the benefits of letting go of the problem, such as anger or greed. Mindfulness. The mindfulness is to remember about the good conducts from others. For example, anger. Loving kindness is an opposite of an anger. We should learn loving kindness conduct from the Buddhist stories that the Buddha or a Bodhisattva has practiced. The loving kindness or patience. This would give us a strong determination.
That means the mindfulness will support the determination.
Yes.
Okay.
And the 4th is concentrations. Due to the strong mindfulness and determinations, our mind will not easily have ill thoughts. The mind becomes calm due to our loving kindness from the determinations and loving kindness conduct from the mindfulness.
Do you understand this one?
So the concentration, if we have a strong mindfulness and determinations, so it will make your thought without any bad thought.
Yeah. That
And
means,
and your mind become love and kindness.
and the concentration here, that means we have a calm mind. That important. Our mind calm, right?
Yes, correct. Number 5, wisdom. Due to have no ill thoughts, our mind becomes calm and clear. Therefore, we would make a proper judgment on our current problem.
Okay, that's good.
So if we have, no bad thoughts and mind is calm, that will give you a great judgment of the problem.
That's good. Okay, let's pick the story. Let's say the last time we used in, let's say that one of our family member, right? We have a conflict with our one of our family member, and it's not small one, it's big one, right? So remember, I told you my story, yeah. So so and how do we deal with it? Well, the first model is we have to use it to extinct the fire of anger, right? Otherwise, the anger become hot, then we dead.
Yep. We have more conflict.
Then you know what? Because sometimes we only a moment of anger that caused her disconnected for many years. It's not worth it. Just remember.
Correct.
And
Yes, sir.
remember, we are Buddhist practitioner, and if we also get angry, the same with other, and we and them the same, no different. And you know what? They also use that to say bad thing about Buddhism, and that's not good either. So it's tough, but we have to do it. We have to go for it. That's important, and that's what makes us different from the rest of other people. This is what we call virtue. Virtue only comes from patience, not come from material. Only patience make us have virtue. Right, William?
Right.
Can you help me to demonstrate this model when you face with your one of your family member that give you a lot of problem, a lot of headache? How do you deal with it using this model?
Okay. Well, so just like a specific example or just a general?
General,
pattern?
okay. You
General
don't have to
pattern?
be
Okay.
specific.
Well, I think it's important that so when we're talking about those first 5 steps in the universal interactives, that mindfulness is already arisen in those states. Because if we're not mindful of of what's happening between like the contact and the choice, then frequently the choice will get us stuck. I think it's really easy to kind of go along with the current of if something happens that upsets us, that we feel that we're right about, or that someone's insulting, like if someone's insulting me or saying something negative about me, if I'm not mindful, it's very easy to jump into resistance and to jump into like
let's say using this model.
defensiveness.
Let's say
Oh
that,
yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of trying to create a sort of broad understanding, because in this model, we have to be mindful when the feeling and the perception are arising, because the state of mind that we are in, like how present we are in the moment that the contact occurs, that's going to give our reaction. So that's going to give how we feel about it, and that's going to give how we perceive it. So if we have already a sort of calm, open mind, then we can, if we have some sort of negative
sense impression where someone's being mean or whatever, then it's a little easier to not react. It's like easier to stay calm and then to make the choice for like wanting there to be a good outcome, even though maybe we noticed that there was a trespassing that happened, there was some sort of insult or whatever, that if we can still wish to have the best outcome, then that's the choice. Then we can lead into the next step of the 5 particular states. But if we're unconscious, we're not mindful, and we just react, then we're kind of stuck, right? We don't even have the opportunity to really apply the 5 particular states until our choice becomes positive. Like, okay, I want to resolve this issue. So, and then once we do have that desire to resolve the issue from a state of like, not like being right or trying to make the other person agree that they're wrong or whatever, but simply by finding the way forward for there to be peace and wholeness and harmony. And then we can apply the other 4 steps in the 5 particular states and just really determine that, okay, I'm committed to this being peaceful and loving and kind to other people. I know that's important. So I have to be mindful of my thoughts and like not pursue ones that are thinking ill of the other person or judging them or explaining how wrong they are, but like pay attention to the thoughts of openness, of understanding and resolution, and staying with that until out of it, there comes a, some sort of wise course of action, of a way to, whether it's we have a kind conversation with them, or, we acknowledge what we did wrong. Or maybe we just need to step away and calm down for a little bit before we come back and clear stuff up.
Okay, how about let's do the specific example. So let's say that that person insult you or yell at you. Suddenly, they yell at you. How do we deal with it with this model?
Yeah, if we can see the yelling is not actually personally about us, if we can see it from that, okay, this person has some sort of emotion if they're yelling, right? If we can perceive it that way, and we can perceive from a state of compassion for them that they're obviously hurting in some way.
But actually it's not easy, because at that moment, well, we not really all the time it's mindful, right?
Right.
So we very easy lose track of not mindful, then we easily react instead of act, right? So this is so basically it okay, let you the example I just told you. Let me do this for you so you understand clearly. Let's say that person yelled at us, right? That means our eye contact the person physically, his appearance. Our ear contact, that means our ear hearing his angry voice. At that moment, our mind, that means the mind constant the brain, we pay attention to the sense object. That means the visual the visual object, that means that person appearance, and also the sound, the angry sound, right? When we pay attention to those two, then our feeling, right? It's anger, the feeling of anger arrive quickly, very quick to the point, because we if we react, you know what, it's very quick and to the point that it will control our mind. And that means we will have a negative thinking. And we say that, oh, what do you think you are? How dare you yell at me? I will teach you a lesson or something like that, right? So when we have that thought in our mind, automatically we will have the negative volition. That means our mouth will talk back or yell at them, or our body maybe act violently, or our mouth talk very in the angry voice. We will yell at them, or we use a lot of bad words. And because of that, the mind, negative mind, if we have a negative mind, right, negative thinking, but without action, right, then we not yet very calm. Only the time we act with the mouth and the body, either mouth or body, we will pray calmer for the body, calmer for the mouth. And that's what we call karma, the bad one. And you know what? This could harm us. And you know what? We will break the relationship with them. And you know what? The fight begin. And maybe we will not be able to communicate with them for some time. It's in this world, this thing happened a lot. I have when I was a layman, right? I have one of the, well, she older than me, and we treat like sister and brother, and we've been friends for I think it's 1995 till 2018, 2017, 18. That's about 33 years, I think. And you know what? And I don't even know what did I do. And she don't want to communicate with me. I have no idea, because she is very, what can I say? She is very bossy, right? And I always I don't ever try to play any negative toward her, but if you don't comply with her, that could trigger the negative, and want to become negative, and she remember things she hold on the emotion very strongly, and she clean on those things for a long time, and I have no idea. Anyway, so sometimes we intentionally cause the problem that we don't know, right? So anyway, now use the same example. So when we hear the one here with us, that means we contact the ear, contact the boy, the eye contact the appearance person, and our mind, right? We pay attention to it, to that right? The person as well, the boy. The feeling of anger, it arises so quickly. But at this moment, if we be able to feel our face is very hot, and our body and our hand is holding the fist, and our body is shaking, that is the sign that we are angry. That is the sign that we are angry. And at this moment, if we be able to remember this model, we can use it right away. And I told you I have the mantra, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know I am angry right now. That means we form the thinking inside our mind. I know I am angry right now. Anger is not me. I am not the anger. Why should I get angry? If we be able to form those magic words, right, inside our mind, you know what that means? We are mindfulness. We are shifting the focus of that we pay attention to the person and the voice. Now we shift it, we focus, and we look directly into our mind. This is very important, the most important part. And when we be able to say that in here, the tension of the anger, it will reduce greatly. Even they gone, sometimes disappear. And you know what? Automatically, our mind become very calm, and we can see things clear. And maybe we have a further thinking, like if I say anything back right now, just like I pour the gasoline into the fire, not good. Or I better keep my mouth shut and I walk away. So when we think like that, and actually the pollution is, we keep our mouth shut and we walk away. That is the pollution. So this is the positive. It's not easy, but it's work. I share this to many with order, and some of them use greatly, work beautifully. Cô Lan, it worked for you, right? She disappeared. The first time I came up with this model, and I want to test it to see it work or not. I said, see the first person I said to her, and you know what? The next day when she came into her office, and she be able to use the model, and it worked beautifully. But anyway, all right. So one, this is positive, right? Now we can move to here. Let's say that desire, that means we want to be free from hatred, right? We don't want to have any hatred or resentment against that person. So all we want is, we want to have a happy ending, basically. Okay, now that is the desire. Now go ahead and read the determination, William.
Hatred will destroy our life. Here are the Buddha's teachings about hatred and loving kindness. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. In a controversy, the instant we feel anger, we have already ceased striving for the truth and have begun striving for ourselves. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger.
Okay, stop right here. Stop right here. The first one is easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second one, what do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense too. Because generally, when we feel angry, we feel right about something, and someone else is wrong about it. Anger is like always referring to our self-delusion and self-love and self-view. So it's
the me, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Something we feel like somehow we're being lessened or we're being obstructed in some way. So yeah, when we get angry, that's just what we're concerned about. We're not concerned about understanding the other person or really making the situation better. We're just concerned about getting what we want.
We just focus on ourselves. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about number 3?
Yeah, I noticed this. So I had some injuries when I was younger and got them treated, and I do really well. But if I become angry, this old pain pattern will immediately like kick back in. I'll feel it. It's kind of like the circulation in a part of my left foot, and then up into my low back. Like I get this little irritation, And as soon as I let go of the anger, the physical sensation goes away too. So yeah, anger is not, nobody feels happy when they're angry. Nobody's having fun. No one feels free or calm. It's exhausting and it's rough. So yeah, anger itself is a punishment.
Yeah, that means whatever we hold on to it, and it will terrify our life. That punishes us right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 4.
An outside enemy exists only if there is an anger inside.
Interesting. Right?
Yeah.
Just like between Hamas and Israel.
Oh yeah.
It's very tough in this world. It's very tough to not to have the because they always look outside, they don't look inside. So the enemy only comes from outside, not from inside. But Buddha teaching is different.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy only exists within us, not outside. If we don't angry, there's no enemy. But the enemy, the number one enemy, is us. That means weak, anger, ignorance. Those things is the number one enemy, because they are the one who will put us into the lower realm. Not the other. Other people only harm us in one lifetime. But our 3 poison, right? Mind, it will harm us not only one life, but many life after. That's very scary. Okay, all right, number 5.
Friendship is the only cure for hatred, the only guarantee of peace.
Yeah, right. If we still be able to use the friendship, right, that will kill the hatred and guarantee for peace. But the one that there no more friendship, and we cannot be able to hold on it then nothing is guaranteed. Okay, all right.
Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. So that's kind of like, you know, the way you get rid of darkness is by turning on the light. You can't, you know, make it light by using darkness.
But in this world, they don't do that, right?
Usually not. I mean, there's some rare cases, but that's kind of rare, like rare. Usually eye for an eye.
That's why between the war, right? They go to war because of hatred against hatred.
Mm-hmm.
No, if they don't use hatred against hatred, then there no war. Only peace. But in this world, they always using hatred against hatred, and that's very sad. Yeah. Anyway, all right, go ahead.
There is no fire like passion, no crime like hatred, no sorrow like separation, no sickness like hunger, and no joy like the joy of freedom. Yeah, passion can consume us like a fire, can make us blind to consequences and harm us and those around us. Hatred is the root of so many crimes. And sorrow, yeah, feeling separated, not feeling connected to the whole is definitely a part of sorrow. And no sickness like hunger. Okay, and then But yeah, the joy of freedom, being free from all of these things, the absence of the difficulty that comes along with these things, and just being free is comes with tremendous joy.
But the truth set us free, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm. Okay, go ahead.
Victory breeds hatred. The defeated live in pain. Happily the peaceful life, giving up victory and defeat.
Mm.
I think in the Western conversation, and I've kind of used this wording today already a little bit, we talk a lot about, like in especially in relationship counseling, giving up being right. So there's this saying when someone gets married, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? So if something happens, like say it's even about like how we load the dishwasher or how we hold the baby bottle, but like anything can turn into a fight if we want to be right about it and we want to prove the other one wrong. But even if we were able to prove the other one wrong and we got to be right, well, the defeated live in pain. So the person who's wrong now is going to feel bad and or maybe resent the person who proved them wrong. So you don't really, even if you win, you still lose. So giving up victory and defeat, but finding the way forward in the relationship, you know, in the caring and the kindness, the consideration of each other, and trying to like understand and not take insult, but be patient and let understanding dawn and work it out. I think where a lot of Westerners get hung up on this is there's a sense.
Oh, sorry, William. Unmute.
Oh, sorry. I think like right now where Westerners can get hung up on this idea is there's this sense of needing to like protect ourselves and not be taken advantage of, and to like really seek fairness. But this is like a super mature stance of being the bigger person and creating the space that the problem can resolve itself. And, you know, even if someone does something mean, like says something terrible, well, it doesn't really hurt me to not be insulted. It doesn't hurt me to be patient and to like try to understand where they're coming from and let it go and forgive them.
Actually, in Buddhism, in Buddhist view, the one who caused us a lot of problems, we should be grateful to them, because due to that situation, they help us to practice patience. Actually, they are the what you call the one that we need to gratitude instead of we have resentment. Okay, so okay, let's stop right here. We come back next week, and we do the mantra right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay. Let's do this. Oh, I did not have it. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Okay, let's do it. I will do the run. Okay. Cô Lan, can you share the mantra? Okay, let me number 2.